Namaste everyone. Welcome back to Shakti Rahasyam. Today, we are going to talk about a very deep and powerful side of the Divine Mother. We are stepping into the mystical world of Tantra to learn about Shri Vashya Matangi. It's going to be a really soulful journey. This wisdom actually comes straight from the Matangi Tantram. And get this, the goal isn't just to make you look attractive in a superficial way. It's about unlocking a core power within you, a vibe so strong that people can't help but be drawn to your presence. But wait, don't get it twisted. We are not talking about mind games or some cheap manipulation here. We are talking about divine magnetism. It's that magnetic soul energy that naturally pulls truth, success, and prosperity towards you, turning you into a truly influential personality who stays grounded and balanced. So, let's break down the word Vashya. It literally means to attract, to influence, or to bring something under your control. But hold on. From a tantric perspective, it's not about controlling others or some toxic power trip. It's actually about building such a divine presence, such a powerful voice, and such a glow that the right people, the right opportunities, and the right vibes just start flowing towards you effortlessly. And the best part? This sadhana is like a cheat code for your brain. We are talking next level creativity, mastering any art form, and gaining incredible communication skills. It sharpens your logic and gives you this deep, soulful command over knowledge and science. It's basically about becoming the most magnetic, sharpest version of yourself. Now, before we go any further, I need to get real with you for a second. There's something super important you need to understand. The Vashya Matangi sadhana isn't just your regular everyday mantra or practice. It's on a whole different level. Because this energy is so incredibly intense and high-powered. It's traditionally said that you really shouldn't dive in without proper diksha. That's formal initiation into Matangi mantras or Sri Vidya. We are dealing with a very potent, high-voltage spiritual force here. So it's all about approaching it with the right respect and guidance. So now the big question is, who exactly is Shri Vashya Matangi Devi? Vashya Matangi is an Anga Devta, basically a vital, limb-like extension of Shri Raja Shyamala Devi. And here's the most important part. Shri Raja Shyamala is the Param Mantrini, which means she's the chief advisor or the prime minister to the supreme power, Shri Lalita Tripura Sundari. So when we talk about Vashya Matangi, we are talking about a very specific, high-ranking energy that works right at the heart of the divine administration. Now, if we look at this through the lens of the Sri Vidya Tantra tradition, there's this incredibly beautiful arrangement when you meditate on the divine form of Shri Lalita Devi. It's like a royal court. Shri Raja Shyamala Devi is sitting gracefully on the left side of Shri Lalita Tripur Sundari. And on the right side, you have Varahi Devi. It's this perfect divine balance of wisdom and power. But don't just see this as where the deities are sitting. To really understand the essence, you have to look at it through the lens of Kundalini Shakti. In this system, Shri Lalita Tripur Sundari herself represents our spinal cord, the Sushumna Nadi. And Shri Raja Shyamala Devi, she represents the Ida Nadi. It's all about the energy flow inside us. The Ida Nadi is basically the spiritual channel on the left side of our body. It runs right along the spine and connects to our left nostril. We also call it the Chandra Nadi or the lunar channel because its nature is cool, calm, and soothing. Scientifically and spiritually, it's directly linked to the right hemisphere of our brain. And this is exactly why Shri Raja Shyamala Devi isn't just about art in a simple way. She is the force behind creative thinking, artistic brilliance, and even deep science and logical abilities. You see, when this nadi is perfectly balanced, that's when a person's hidden talent and deep intuition, that gut feeling, really comes to life. Now, on the right side, we have Devi Varahi, who is the form of our Pingala Nadi. This is the energy stream on the right side of the body, and it's directly wired to the left hemisphere of the brain. We call this the Surya Nadi or the sun channel because it's all about heat, intensity, and being super active. This is exactly why Devi Varahi is so closely linked to action, movement, and physical activity. Now, here's a key detail you shouldn't miss. The sixth day or sixth night of Shamla Navratri is considered especially auspicious for Devi Vashya Matangi worship. In Tantra and Sri Vidya, she is deeply connected to the number 6. The Shashti Tithi, the sixth day, is a symbol of youthful energy, vigor, and fresh divine power. That's why this timing aligns so naturally with her. In regular Navratri, the sixth day is dedicated to Ma Katyayani, the goddess of victory and overcoming obstacles. In Shamla Navratri, that same intense energy, when united with Devi Katyayani, manifests as Vashya Shakti, the power of magnetic presence, influence, and attraction. Especially the worship on the sixth night. It's said to enhance the charm of your speech, strengthen your social influence, and balance your creativity with logic. Now, let's take a moment to understand her divine form. Devi Vashya Matangi is described as having a deep, dark complexion, that dark-hued complexion, while her feet are said to have a warm, earthy, wheatish brown glow. Ancient tantric scriptures like the Sharda Tilak and Mantra Mahodati always portray her as youthful, radiant, and absolutely overflowing with boundless energy. Her eyes are described as Madalsa, meaning she's in this state of divine intoxication, as if she's completely drenched in the nectar of ultimate bliss, or Brahmanand. She wears beautiful malas made of pearls and coral. In her hands, she holds a sacred shank and a ritual bowl. It's a vision that's as graceful as it is powerful. And just like other forms of Matangi Mahavidya, she's almost always seen with a parrot. Now, that parrot actually represents the 64 arts and the incredible sweetness and power of her speech. Now, let's look a bit closer at the deeper tantric secret behind this form. You see, her deep, dark complexion, it's not just a color. It's like the vast, infinite sky. It's that empty space or akash, which is actually a symbol of pure consciousness. It's the source from which everything begins. Her string of pearls is actually seen as the symbol of the Varna Matrika, meaning those 50 seed syllables or bij aksharas that Tantra considers the primordial source of all sound. The deep meaning here is that the entire universe is made of nad or vibration. Every single sound in the world, every frequency, every pulse, it's all like pearls strung together in Ma Matangi's divine mala. To put it simply, everything that echoes in this universe, from our own thoughts to the heartbeat of the stars, it's all contained within her consciousness. She is the living form of Shabda Brahma, the word itself. The shank in her hand? That represents the resonance of all those cosmic sounds. And the vessel she holds isn't just a pot. It's a massive symbol of the entire creation seed. It holds all the infinite possibilities and the divine wealth of the universe right inside it. Seekers and practitioners mainly turn to Devi Vashya Matangi to awaken these specific siddhis and energies within themselves. Sarvajanakarshan. This isn't just about making people look at you. It's about building that magnetic personality where every section of society naturally likes you, understands your worth, and respects you from a place of genuine dignity, abundance, and inner prosperity. This is about that amazing balance between worldly comforts and spiritual peace. It's the blessing of being calm on the inside and completely abundant on the outside. A state where there's simply no room for lack in your life. Vaksiddhi and victory. We're talking about that magic in your voice and that spark in your brain that leaves listeners completely spellbound. Whether it's a debate or the bigger struggles of life, it gives you that incredible power to make your point heard and secure a solid win. Harmony and grace. This is about dissolving the bitterness in relationships and reconnecting them with love and maturity. Her grace brings that perfect rhythm into your life, where conflicts just quiet down and pure harmony takes over. Now, let's look at the classical roots of all this. You see, the sadhana of Shri Vashya Matangi isn't just about faith. It's actually a deep science. The main foundation for this is the Matangi Tantram, where the goddess is recognized as the primordial power of speech of the entire universe. Texts like the Rudrayamal and Meru Tantra explains that when it comes to the art of attraction and influence, she is the ultimate authority. Now, we are getting into some serious territory here. It's super important to understand that the sadhana of Vashya Matangi is deeply linked to some of the more hidden esoteric parts of Tantra, specifically the Vamachar and Kolachar traditions. Now, don't get confused. Every lineage has its own way of doing things. In some Tantric marg, Vashya Matangi is seen as an extension of Matangi Mahavidya's Shatkarm powers. Especially in certain Vamachar practices, there's a heavy focus on gaining that hypnotic voice and magnetic charm through very specific, intense rituals. In the Vamachar path, she isn't seen as a goddess who wants you to suppress your senses, but rather one who helps you refine and master them. Here, a seeker doesn't just kill their desires. Instead, they use those desires as fuel for the mantra's power. That's how you get that magnetic personality that can influence anyone. And if we look at it from the Kolachar perspective, worshipping her as Uchishta Chandalini is actually the peak of Advait or non-duality. See, Uchishta doesn't just mean leftovers or impure things. It points to a higher state of mind where the gap between pure and impure just vanishes. The essence of the call path is to break free from social fear, judgment, and the double standards of the mind. Only when a seeker breaks those mental chains do they become a vessel for that extraordinary power that sits way above ordinary limits. In the world of Shri Vashya Matangi, it's this raw energy of Vamachar and the absolute fearlessness of the call that really takes center stage. Now, to truly step into this power, we have to talk about where most of us starts, and that's Pashu Bhav. In Tantra, Pashu doesn't just mean animal. It means someone who is bound or tied down by chains. Chains of social fear, doubt, and constant worry about what others will think. When you are in Pashu Bhav, your energy is reactive. You're moved by your instincts and your insecurities. But the path of Vashya Matangi is about breaking those ropes. It's about moving from that bound state into Veer Bhav, the heroic state, where you aren't a slave to your environment anymore. Instead, you become the one who shapes it. Shri Vashya Matangi takes that raw, unrefined energy of the seeker's instincts and polishes it until it becomes a magnetic, divine force. And that's why Vashya Matangi stands apart from other gentle forms. Because here, knowledge is fused with this very Veer Bhav we just talked about. This path is for those Veeras who know how to master their energy. That's why here, Vashikaran doesn't mean controlling someone else. It means making yourself so incredibly impactful that all opposition simply dissolves on its own. But hold on, remember one thing. The Tantra Shastras describes the Vamachar and Kal Marg as walking on the edge of a sword. As powerful as it is, it's equally risky. And we are not talking about a physical risk here, but a risk to our very consciousness. Without a guru, this path doesn't lead to self-realization. It leads to ego. Undisciplined energy doesn't take you higher. It drops the seeker straight into the void of a downfall. When the intoxication of power turns into the illusion of superiority, the entire tapasya or sadhana turns to ashes. This flood of directionless power can end both the sadhana and the seeker. That's why complete surrender, self-discipline, and the commands of Guru are absolutely non-negotiable here. See, without Sharanagati, that total surrender and the right guidance, this intense energy can easily inflate a person's ego. And that is where it gets dangerous. On this path, discipline and the Guru's word are everything and absolute. That's all for today, friends. May the grace of Shri Vashya Matangi be with us all. I'll see you very soon with another episode of Shakti Rahasyam. Until then, stay grounded in your devotion to the Divine Mother and the Maryada of the Guru. Jai Ma Matangi.